sports betting brother, and hey, bring it up, and thanks for stopping by. My name is Boyd, and I'm a sports betting market analyst with OddsJam.com. We teach you how to bet like a sharp using all the tools, all the mathematically profitable, positive expected value information at OddsJam. And today we're talking about what is a round robin bet in sports betting. You know, the round robin is kind of a term you might have heard in different areas and different times, but in sports betting it means something a little bit different, kind of like a parlay. But we're going to teach you what it is, and let's take a look. All right, guys, we're going to keep this very simple and very easy. Of course, you can always expand on it, but here's the foundation of what a round robin is. And a round robin, as you've probably heard, is every team plays every other team, sort of like in a round robin tournament. Well, that's sort of like what a round robin bet is, and the fact that it's close to being like a parlay, where a parlay, as we know, let's say you have 3 teams or 3 games, and you make a wager, and all 3 of those things have to happen. All 3 have to win in order for you to win your parlay bet. If one of those does not win, you lose your entire stake. So, round robin's different. You can actually lose one and still make a little bit of money back. If you hit all 3, you get better odds as well, just like a parlay. If you lose 2 of those 3, you definitely lose all your money in the stake. But it's just basically combinations of parlays, and we'll show you how to set that up and kind of the math behind it coming up next. All right, guys, here we are at the homepage of OddsJam, and I want to teach you and talk to you today about when you would use a round robin, why you would use a round robin, and how you would use a round robin. But first, let's look into the round robin calculator. I want to describe a bit more in depth about how this works. And so the round robin calculator, again, will help you calculate the multitude of parlay bets. So to keep the math easy here, let's just use, say, $100 wager. Actually, let's back this up because you're going to see I'm going to go with a smaller amount initially. And typically, you'll use 3 games. You know, typically there's going to be a combination of 3 games you like. If you like 4, you like 5, you certainly can add those in here. The parlay size is 2x because that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to parlay each of those 3 games. Imagine you have the first game, let's say you have at minus 120. And let's say the second game you have at minus 115. And let's say this last one was a bit of a dog. You snuck a dog in there and got plus 120. Okay. So what's going to happen is you're going to have game 1, game 2, and game 3. And if you hit game 1, you win that one. You hit game 2, you win that one. Obviously, game 3, you win it. You had a total risk of $30 at stake. This is kind of an issue that people run into is they say, I want to do a round robin parlay and they or wager. They put their money in, and then it multiplies it times 3 or however many number of games you have. So let's just say, for example, we did 4. You can see here it's going to increase that stake. Okay, so you have a lot more at stake. And it's something to consider when you put these in. So let's go back to that 3 game. Just want to show you that real quick. Again, you're going to be risking $30. You'd have a result of an $85.74 profit. Let's say you actually lost this first one. You're going to come out with winning 2, losing 1. You're still going to get $11.13. Not going to get quite your total stake back. You get less than half of it, but you get a little bit of it back, versus absolutely 0 in a complete parlay, that 3-game parlay where you get absolutely 0. And let's say you did lose 2 of the 3, so you had 2 losses and 1 win. You would actually lose your $30 stake altogether. So really the key here is understanding when you would use one. The answer to that question is if you were at the positive EV page, which is exactly where I would start. You would use this when you see 3 you really like on the positive EV page. Okay, so here we are at the positive EV page. As I mentioned, if you had 3 at one particular sports book that you liked, then that's a good opportunity to do a round robin. Let's say you didn't have 3 all at the same sports book, you wouldn't be able to do that round robin because you would only be able to piece together 1 or 2 at a particular sports book. So, you have a lot of Rivers, a lot of Barstool here. Maybe you piece together, 3 from this. Maybe you take the Raptors game, another Barstool game, maybe you take the first half total, and you find a third that you really like from the positive EV page. So that's where you would use it, how you would use it, and why you would use it. And again, the math is simply tracked or calculated for you here at the round robin calculator. You can plug those combinations in to track your profits and losses as far as how they would lay out once you put that bet together. Okay, guys, before we wrap this up, as I mentioned, most common is 3 games. Number of games is typically 3. But I do want to take this out just a little bit further so you can see that if you had 4 games, of course, your risk size would go up. You'd have a $10 stake on each one of those. And so you'd have total of $60 at risk. If you won all of them, you'd be at 158. Let's say you lost one of them. This is where I wanted to reiterate the point here. You don't have as big of a loss on a 4-teamer as you did that 3-teamer. So you can see if you did have one, that's okay. Now you take it to two losses. You go 2 and 2, then you do lose a bigger chunk of your money. So obviously you lose 3, you're going to lose the entire amount. That takes you down to 0. So as you increase your number of parlays, you're going to do 2 of them exactly. And again, let's just go back and show you the wins, show you the losses. So you're going to be wagering $100 on a 5-game combination. So there's going to be a round robin combination of every game, each team sort of playing each other, so to speak. Again, if you hit all 5, 264, not bad, but let's say you had a loss, takes you down to 118. You're still up $18. Let's say you lost 2. It's quite the riddance of money at that point. So you can play with the combinations, play with the numbers, but I wanted to make sure I went through the 4 and 5 game routes to show you other avenues of how you could do that parlay. All right, sports bettors, there is the information you need to know on round robin betting in sports. And so we shared some tools, shared some scenarios, obviously using that positive expected value page to get the most value out of setting all that up at the same sports book. So when you see all those things align, you have a good opportunity for a round robin. So hopefully you enjoy this, hopefully learn a little bit of something. And as always, if you want to get that free 7-day trial set up to get used to the tools and the resources at OddsJam to make smarter wagers, there's the links down below. Thanks for stopping by, and I will talk to you more soon.